speaker tonight is Amy Thompson. She has spoken several times here before. She's even dressed up before. she's flown a Nimbus 2000 or something. No, I don't know. She's done various theatrical gigs here anyway over the years. She's a very experienced Agile coach, long-time member of the community. Please give Amy a warm welcome.
Oh, thank you, Royd. And it's good to know that I have actually gone on to be a keynote speaker at Agile Yorkshire's Christmas Lightning Talk, so thank you. That's not true, actually. Hi, everybody. I hope you're all looking forward to Christmas. I know I am. So my talk is AI on the prize, and I'm incredibly proud of my slides. I tried to make them as fantastic as possible. No, they're deliberately awful. So, yeah, I am probably very much on the naughty list, mainly because of my persistent driving offences, such as speeding, undertaking middle lane drivers, and parking across two bays on purpose. The last one I'm not particularly proud of, and I apologise to everybody who may have been affected by that offence in the past. Sorry. So, the advent of AI, in particular ChatGPT, is absolutely a game changer these days in the workplace. I'm going to attempt to do some sort of demo at some point today. Where's my little timer gone, by the way? Oh, it's there. Right, okay, good. And, you know, it can do so many useful things that actually just cut down your thinking time, you know, and just actually produce really professional but useful and valuable results as well. So I was just really excited to talk to you about this today because it's helped me an awful lot. I've not been using it very long, literally just a couple of weeks, but I was like, this is a game changer. And I'm going to show you a few ways as to how that actually is. So ChatGPT is Santa's little helper for crafting user stories, and not just user stories at a granular sprint level, but also epic user stories as well. And I was doing a little bit of an experiment earlier, which I'm going to try and attempt to show you on this. But we can see here that, you know, product owners used to have a nightmare with writing user stories, right? Getting them all ready for the sprints, making sure the acceptance criteria is good, or whatever form of acceptance criteria is being written, whether it be in, you know, the Gherkin syntax-esque way, or just in numbered acceptance criteria. But you can sort of see here a really good example. And I thought, I wonder, like, what would happen if I wanted to do more than that? So what I thought of is, I've got pet dog Margot, as you all know. So I thought, if I asked ChatGPT, write an epic level user story for a pet tracker, okay, with acceptance criteria, and let's see what happens. Come on, ChatGPT. Nothing. Why is nothing happening? It's obviously thinking about it. Don't you just love live demos? Okay, let's try again, ChatGPT. Hello, are you working? No, you're not working. ChatGPT has decided that it's taking its Christmas holiday early. But what would have happened in this situation is it would have basically produced not only the epic user story, but it would have produced all the acceptance criteria. And in that acceptance criteria, it would have then even been able to produce user stories to break that larger epic down into smaller granular stories for the sprint, which is amazing. The amount of work that used to go into these kind of things in the past, you know, we'd have to do user story mapping, you know, a lot of the time. That's not to say that those processes are obsolete, because that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying it's a really amazing tool. And the outputs that it produces aren't always perfect either, but what it will do is it will allow you to read through what it's produced in terms of, the story itself and the acceptance criteria. It allows a product owner to sit back and think, is that what I want? And maybe I can tweak it a little bit to what is more accurate to me. And maybe I don't need that little bit in there and, whatever. So by the end of it, you've got a result that's so valuable and saves so much time. But not only that, is accurate for being able to share with your team and developers. So it's just amazing at that. But there's more. It can also help write code or code review code for you. Now, I'm not even going to start trying to convince anybody that I'm remotely technical when it comes to being a coder. So this is some of the examples that I actually asked ChatGPT to do. Generate Python code for a Santa tracker app. So instead of a pet tracker, we've tracked Santa. Here he is. And then the output will be the code snippet, the Python code snippet that you've actually asked it to do. And then again, as a human being, you can check the result and see how you feel about it and, if that fits. And you can also try it and see if it works. And, it will help again with debugging assistance, fix the error where you found an error. And it will produce the debugged code for you, so you can literally copy and paste. And finally, test automation as well. Another example of how ChatGPT can be used to test code. So writing unit tests, all these really kind of time-consuming things. We want to be automating as much of this stuff as possible so that human beings can be dedicated to solving problems rather than just, sometimes repetitive work. Finally, great emails at blitz and speed. So I've done this as well many times where I've written an email and I've gone, change the tone. Because if you're a Grinch, then obviously you're not very friendly. So you want to make it friendly. So you have to make it more friendly. You can say, make this email more friendly. And it will actually change syntax, grammar, tone of the email in order for it to match what you're actually wanting. And not only that, you can also say to it something like, write me an email to the board explaining why the timescales of some sort of delivery are going to be late given XYZ reason, etc. And then it will produce something. And again, you can read it through as the human being and decide if you like it or not, what tweaks you can make, and send it out, obviously. So it's just super, super useful as a tool. And I urge you all to start trying to use it for yourself and see the extent of its capability. Because in addition to all of this, I try to create delivery plans. I was like, what happens if I want a delivery plan on something and I give it some dates? It can do that. Other things that I have used it for is things like writing presentations. In fact, spoiler alert, most of this presentation is an output of ChatGPT, where I literally was like, write a 10-minute presentation about the benefits of ChatGPT in an Agile team, mentioning the product owner in particular. And this is what it came out with. And I was like, make it more Christmassy. And it came out with something else. And you can keep sort of tweaking the outputs. And you can say things like, come up with a really funny Christmas pun. One thing I did do is say, find me some really good examples of terrible children's drawings at Christmas. I found this. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
You can also use it to write appeals for your speeding tickets and parking tickets.
Oh, amazing.
A friend told me.
That's so good to know. Thanks, Royce. There you go.